Hi, I'm Braden Nash, and today I'm going to talk to you about the great achievement in aerospace history known as supersonic flight. Supersonic flight is commonly known as the rate or speed of travel of an object that is faster than the speed of sound. For an object traveling in dry air at a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius at sea level, this speed is about 343.2 meters per second or 768 miles per hour. So, here are a few clips of planes going faster than the speed of sound and breaking the sound barrier. Did you hear that noise on the last one? That was the sound of a sonic boom made by the plane as it broke through the sound barrier. So here's the last one again. Notice how the plane already seemed far away before the sound of the plane even reaches the camera. That is because the plane's speed is greater than that of the speed of sound, creating that lag. So we're going to play back the video so you can get another look at the planes going at supersonic speeds. And so this time through, please look behind the planes and see what's going on behind them as they fly through the air. It's easiest to see on the first and last little clip, so I'll play it for you right now. Did you see the cone-shaped cloud following behind the plane? This was formed because as the plane increases speed, the pressure around the plane drops, and as pressure drops, the air cools, and as air cools, it loses its ability to hold moisture. So that cloud that you're seeing is the moisture from the air around the plane as it's dropped. This cloud is not really attached to the aircraft, nor is it following the aircraft. In truth, the air is just reacting to the temperature and pressure change that's occurring as the plane is flying past at supersonic speeds. So you can get a better visualization or a better idea of the cloud that forms behind the planes. Here's a frame-by-frame clip here of the cloud. So notice behind the plane as it goes through, like in through here, this cloud is forming as the plane goes through the air, gaining speed, and the pressure difference and whatnot. So here's a faster video of that. So along with the clouds of moisture, another big part of a plane exceeding the speed of sound is the shock wave. So the shock wave is caused by the air still in the path of travel of the plane. So as the plane runs into this air, it forms a pressure wave that to humans is perceived as sound. So look around the aircraft as this clip plays, and you will be able to see the shock wave as the plane breaks through the sound barrier. So there it was. Did you see the ripples around the plane? Those were the effects of the shock wave. So now that you have a better understanding about supersonic flight and kind of what it is, I'll tell you a little bit more about its past and about its future. So supersonic flight was first achieved on January 19th, 1946 by pilot Charles Chuck Yeager, who at the time was a U.S. Air Force captain, and the entire project was made possible by a joint venture by the NACA, which would later become NASA, and the U.S. Air Force. So the push for the achievement in supersonic flight was brought on by competition during World War II, and also the impending conflict against the then Soviet Union during the Cold War. And so supersonic flight was a great first step in the space race between the U.S. and the Soviet Union, since it was kind of like the first step towards building rockets and propelling objects into space and keeping a steady orbit. So, but today, scientists and engineers are now working on and modifying with the technology of supersonic flight, trying to make it so that it is possible to use supersonic flight in everyday commercial flights in the future. So that is where supersonic flight has been and where it is going. So I hope you've enjoyed this informational video on some of the basics of supersonic flight, and thank you for watching.